Hello, hello everyone. Happy Friday. It's Darlene from darlenestampandspot.com, and I'm here for another weekly Facebook Live. Hi, Jeanette. How you doing, friend? I did get your message regarding... Hey, Laura, welcome. Happy Friday. There we go. Okay. I apologize. I was a couple minutes late, just playing with the lighting, trying to figure out what looked good, and all of a sudden it's 3 after 3. So there's that. So I'm so glad you guys are joining me. It always makes it so much fun to be able to hang out with you through a Facebook Live. Yay. I hope it looks okay. Yeah, there we go. I've gotten rid of some of the hard lights, I guess, but I've got some sunshine coming in the window, so there is a little bit of a glare here, but this is not going to be here that long. So just to let you know that this class is open for registration. These are 2 of the cards in the class. These are the 2 that I designed, and then my friend Susan designed 2 more cards, and she also did a fun fold. And this is a class that we designed it together. There is no Zoom for this class. It's strictly video and PDF that you will get when the class mails out. That will email the same day. So for this class, you get the supplies to make 4 cards with envelopes. You get the Counting Sheep stamp set along with the sheep dies, and then you get a Wink of Stella pen, a pack of rhinestones, and a quarter pack of this fun Pattern Party designer series paper. This is a host exclusive, so maybe you haven't had a chance to get in on grabbing yourself a pack. You will get a quarter of the pack along with the materials to make all 4 cards. And you can kind of see where we've glammed up the little flags there with some of that Wink of Stella, and with our shiny sheep. So I just want to let you know that registration, I was going to cut it off today, but I still have a few packets left. So I'm going to leave it open through the weekend and remind you again on Monday that that class is going to close. So I just wanted to give a quick plug for that. And then I also have a new calendar coming. I can show you the beginnings of it. We'll do a little sneak peek. I haven't done a sneak peek yet of this yet, but this is the calendar, and it comes in this frame, and it's really cool. This frame just kind of pinches open at the bottom, but of course there's going to be ribbon all around here, which will keep this from flopping around. And then you'll get all 12 months. Now this is a project that you will stamp and put together, and so we've got January, and then on the back of January would be July, so that when you flip it over, you'll have it 6 months one way, and then all you do is turn it over and do your 6 months the other way, or you can turn this over however you would like to do it. So these panels are all cut and punched for you. You just have to stamp and assemble. So if you don't have the Days to Remember stamp set, there is an option that you can include the stamp set, and I will have more of that information in a blog post. I will get that done over the weekend. And this is a project, of course, that was not meant to, to do before Christmas. However, maybe you would like to still gift it. So I'm going to go ahead and release it now rather than wait any longer. And let me just kind of give you a little sneak peek. So we've got February, and then here is March. And I haven't decorated any of mine beyond January, February, but you can use stamps or pins or markers to signify a special event or a birthday or a holiday that's happening in each of the months if you wanted to. Or you could just have a fun little calendar that is handmade and just absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited with the way this turned out. And I will have all of the details on that. I will get that all typed up and ready to go this weekend. I still need to take pictures. So this is fun. Okay, so let me put that back out of my way. I've been working on quite a few treat holders, things that I already had that I had intended to do, you know, but never got a chance to get to. I'm getting to them now. So I think maybe I might go live tonight and kind of just do a walkthrough of, here's what I have. If you'd like to buy any treat holders, here they are. And yeah, we'll figure it out. So in the meantime, let's make this cute little Santa suit treat box. Isn't it adorable? I just love how this turned out. And let's bring in, I do have a template, so I'll take a picture of the template, and I'll take a picture of this, because this box can actually be used for any time of the year. So yeah, so I've got, this is a belly band, okay? You could do ribbon instead if you didn't want to do a belly band, but this happens to be a little pack of this Hubba Bubba bubble tape, and it's got that cute little Santa on it, so I couldn't resist putting it into a pretty little box. Now it will also, this box will also hold this Icebreakers size mint or gum. I guess they're mints. Yeah, they're mints. But anyway, this box will hold this and this. So there's other things that will fit in here, and I know that these are available all year long that aren't holiday themed. So there's that. This, of course, is a candy cane mint. So I mean, I had to pick that up because I'm about all things peppermint or, you know, candy cane scented flavored. Yeah. So then this is just going to slide right back on. I did want to tell you that I had an idea. I think Jeanette gave me this idea. I don't remember. They were talking about being able to do like a Santa hat somewhere, and I couldn't get that figured out. So what I decided was I could take this punch, because a gift card will not fit in here. It's a little too big. But you could punch out any sort of shape that you wanted and stick it in here. You could also just cut a panel, you know, a 3x3, but this would be a place for you to maybe do a to from or write a fun little note. So you have that option too. All right, so I just wanted to point that part out. And since I don't know if I'm giving this myself or if somebody's purchasing that, I'll include the little die cut. If you want to be able to write a message. So let's bring in the supplies, and I'm gonna have to bring in the scoreboard, so I'm gonna have to move him over there for now. There's actually no stamping with this project. So I've got Real Red cardstock, and it is, oh, I'm glad, Laura, that you love that idea. Thank you. So this is 6 1/4 by 9 1/4. So you just get one out of a sheet, which is fine. You know, it's a pretty big piece of gum or pack of gum. Okay, so that's Real Red. That's the base of our box. And then I have Basic Black, and this is 3/4 of an inch by 9 1/4. And these measurements are up in the description already. This is a 3/4 inch square, Basic Black. This is a 1 inch square. I've used some retired Stampin' Up! Gold glimmer, but you could use gold foil. You could use, you could just use a piece of like yellowish cardstock if you wanted to do that. You could also change it up and do silver foil, silver glimmer. I just happen to have a little bit of this, and I wanted to be able, another chance to be able to use it up. And then this is a piece of our snowy white velvet sheets. These come in, you get 2 to a pack. They're 12 by 12, and this is cut to 1/2 inch by 3 1/4. Okay, so those are our pieces. I'm going to bring in the Simply Scored. See if we can get this in here without moving it around too much. So, and I've got my measurements right here on my template. So on the short side, up in the description, that's what SS means. I do SS, and then this is LS. So short side, long side. It's just easier than having to write the measurement over again. So I don't know, or maybe it's lazy. So let's see. So on the short side, we're gonna do 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to do 1 inch, 4 1/4. Did I just, yeah, okay. I'm questioning myself. Then 5, so that was 4 1/4, and then 5 1/4. Oops, jumped the track there. 5 1/4, and then 8 1/2. Okay, so there's a little bit of scoring, but it's not too bad. This is one of my style of boxes, one of my favorite styles. I did a different size of this for Halloween. Remember I made the moon pie box? So this is that same concept, it's just bigger. And then I have a smaller one. I made something too for a Hostess cupcake, and it came out super cute. So let me just make sure that I'm not missing any of the comments, because it doesn't look like. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get my bone folder and give these a good crease. That way your box will stand up the way that you want it to. And then we'll get these 2 sides. And then I'll bring in the template, and I'm going to show you what we're going to cut. Okay, so we have all of those folded and creased really well. So here's the template. This is I'll take a picture of this. It's white on white at the moment, sorry. But this is what it looks like. So this is how it's gonna come together, and it actually goes this way. Yeah. So there we go. So we're just gonna cut off around this flap, and then we're gonna cut those 2 corners, and we'll put it together. So I will take a picture of that. Oh yay, I'm super excited, Jeanette, yay. Okay, so here, something to note, and you might want to even mark it while you're doing this, just so you don't get yourself confused. This is 3/4 of an inch, and this is 1 inch. The 3/4 of an inch is the top. Okay, so, I mean, I guess you could just write a little, we'll have to delete it. We'll have to erase it. But anyway, this is your top that has the smaller. So it's 3/4, it's 1/4. This is the top. All right, so we're gonna start at the top, which is our template, going like this. Okay, and we're gonna cut down all the way down till the second intersecting line. Okay, so we're gonna cut past the first one. I'm gonna try to do this super straight. Of course, it can always be cleaned up later, so don't stress about that. And then I'm gonna stop at that second horizontal mark, okay? And then for now, we'll just cut this off. Okay, so we just removed those 4 sections. And we'll do the same thing over here. Now it's easier for me, I'm right-handed. I am just gonna flip this over and do it this way. So that way I'm not all at a funky angle. And maybe if you're left-handed, it would be vice versa, but I don't know. I'm not left-handed, so I don't know. And again, we're just cutting out these 4 sections here, okay? All right, so here's what it looks like so far, okay? So it doesn't matter which side, but I'm just gonna start with this side here. And I'm gonna come up and stop at the second horizontal, and then we'll come up on this side and stop at the second horizontal. And when you're cutting these things, you know, you always want to go a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right of those score lines. Basically, you're just cutting out those score lines, okay? And let's see, Those are, end up being 3/4 of an inch. And yes, okay. So let's go ahead and just cut up the other side. And I want to show you how I like getting my lines completely straight and even, especially when they're going to be exposed inside the box. Okay, so now we've just cut open, or we've just cut apart all of those pieces, and we're working with our tabs. Okay, so what I like to do is I'm going to bring my trimmer in. Now of course you can do this with your scissors, but I can never seem to get them all be the same size. So I'm going to, let me scoot my chair back and I can get this in here without too much glare. Okay, so I'm going to fold this piece down, and I'm going to fold this piece back just to get them out of the way. So the only things exposed on this side are that. And I'm going to take this score line right here and put it at the 3/4 inch mark. Okay, and then I'm just going to slice those off. Again, I just like it to look, I think it looks more finished when they're the same size. And yeah, so again, I'm going to take this fold line, which is this score line right here, and I'm going to bring it up to the 3/4 inch mark. I've got the 3/4 inch mark on this side. Okay. And now everything's going to look nice and neat and finished on the inside. Okay. So now we need to bring in the, I'm going to bring back my scissors because I want to clean up these tabs just a little bit. Now that we've got them all nice and pretty, we're just going to take off just a sliver, just so they go down into the box nicely, and your box lid will stay closed. Didn't quite get all of that. There we go. I love that our snips cut all the way to the end of the point rather than, well, rather than them not. But it's really nice to be able to get in if you missed a little tiny piece. So I'm just kind of, and you can also tear that a little bit. So if you cut it like this and it doesn't come apart or it doesn't release, you can just pull it, but you want to pull it to the inside. And then if it doesn't release, you want to make sure you use your scissors or your snips, because you could tear it and then you might end up tearing your project, and that would be really sad. Okay, so let me clean these up. These little scraps can go in my little recycle bin. This is what I got, one of these little fabric trash bags from my team leader for, I think it was a recruiting challenge last month. And so I've decided to use it for paper scraps on my desk. And I'm pretty sure, Jeanette, you do the same thing, something similar, because I think that's where I got the idea. I'm just, because I have another one that's for trash, and then I thought that one could be nice for little paper scraps, and it'll make it easy to dump into my recycle bin. Okay, so I've got my, this is the corner punch or corner rounder that I use. This is the Banner Triple Punch, and we're going to round these edges here, which is the tuck tab, and then we're going to round these edges here and here, and those are the flaps that fold in. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here and hope that it doesn't shake the table too much. Okay, and then now to get up in here, I'm going to have to fold that back and make that kind of slide in. There we go. You just want to make sure that it's flush at the top and the bottom, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just going to fold that in. Yes. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So while that's already folded back, we'll just get this in here, and then we'll fold this whole thing back, and we are just about done. We're going to assemble this box and then decorate it on the top, and we will be done. So there we go. So this is what it looks like, and of course, hopefully it matches the template pretty much perfectly. So yeah, so you'll have a picture of this. What I like to do, and what I'm going to start doing to make it easier on myself, is I'm going to start keeping these, and I'm going to figure out some sort of an organization system to photograph these so that I can then attach them to PDFs, or I can do it as a you know, a photo for a project, or you know, just whatever, just so it'll be easier for me to get them to you. And then you can either just follow by the picture, or you can use a piece of scratch paper like I do, and make yourself a template. And then I would also write on here what fits in here, different ideas of what fits in here. So I could say the bubble tape, and then I could say icebreaker mint, so then that way I would know, oh, I want to make a, you know, a box for those ice maker mints. So, all right, so there we have it. So I'm going to, I think I'm just going to use liquid glue, my favorite, and we're going to glue these tabs. I'm going to put glue on this one, and I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this one. You can do just one at a time if you're more comfortable with that. That's fine. You could also use your Seal Plus, or of course tear and tape. So all I'm going to do is fold this in, and we're wanting this cut line to meet this score line right here. So we're just bringing it in and pulling it up. Now remember, it's mitered a little bit, so I probably told you that backwards. It's easier if you take the cut line and match it to this score line. And I'll show you that in just a second, but I had already folded that and committed. So it's, you're gonna tuck this in, and you're gonna match this cut line with this score line to get it squared up. Because remember, the tab is mitered a little bit, so it's not square anymore. And with the liquid glue, you just have to hang on to it for just a second to let it stick, and then let it kind of grab each other, the adhesive there. And then once it dries, it'll be a really nice hold. So I'm going to just add my glue again to my tabs here. And I'm going to bring those in, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking this cut line and the score line, and then we'll bring this one down and make sure that it's flush. There we go. Okay, so we'll kind of let that sit there for just a second. And, nope, I don't think we're done with the liquid glue. But, so I'm going to go ahead and put my, you know, Jeanette, I didn't use it at all until I started making things for Candy, and she would send over, that's what she would send for adhesive. And she's like, just try it. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, once I really got the hang of it, it's probably my go-to adhesive. Although they all have a purpose. I use all of our adhesives. Yeah, so now this is going to just go right down the center. And I'm going to actually use the Seal Plus, because I don't know if that glue would seep through the other side, and it's that velvet. So I just figured I would just use some dry adhesive. Okay, and then of course I went over the edge, so I'm just going to tuck that back onto itself. And then I'm just going to kind of center this ish here on my table. There we go. And then this will go right here. Just like that. And he's already starting to come together. You could also put a little thumb notch here if you wanted, right in here. Use like a little 1/2 inch circle tab. Or circle tab, circle punch. Okay, and now this is our belly band. So I'm going to start with the black at the opposite edge of the white velvet. And then all I'm going to do is pinch this around. Okay, and when it comes back up the other side, I'm just going to pinch that and pinch that. And then it's going to come over just a smidge over that white. But that's okay because this side is going to go on top like that. Okay, so now I can take it apart or take it off, and I'm just going to make sure I've got those even, and then I'm just going to give it a little crease with my bone folder. Okay, and then get that one. I don't do specific score lines because every time you make this box it might end up a little different depending on how tight you pull this, or you know, maybe you got a corner in too much or something, you know. So I just find that it's a whole lot easier to just pinch it around and then just use your bone folder, and then it's perfect for exactly what you need. Okay, so since this is going to go on top, I've got adhesive on the back of it on the right side, and then on the left side I'm going to put adhesive on the top of it because we don't want to glue it to our box. So this might make sense and more sense in just a second, but I'm just going to come on, there we go. It was getting everywhere except where I wanted it to be. Okay, so this was the left side and this was the right side. So all I'm going to do is stick this in here. I'm going to put that left side down and see how that adhesive, because it's on top, it's going to adhere to the back of this, and this one's on the back, so it's going to adhere to the top. I hope that makes sense. And then I'm just going to make sure that they're even, and then we'll just press that down. Okay, give that a good press to make sure they adhere to each other. Okay, and then let's put this back on. There's just a little kind of like a faux belt buckle here that I've been doing for years. I don't remember where I saw it, but I think everybody does it this way. And maybe not. Maybe you might be learning something new. So I'm going to take my little black 3/4 inch square. I'm going to use glue dots because it's a really small piece, and I find that for this particular glimmer paper, glue dots work really well. I definitely would not use my liquid glue for this, but you could probably use just, you know, a strong adhesive. These glue dots are pretty strong. And I'm just going to stick this in the center of my gold, trying to get it pretty centered. Okay, and then this is going to go on the back of that, and look how it makes the illusion that it's threaded and then it goes through the gold instead of just being on the top, right? And so now here, let's just do a little bit of my seal. Okay, let's make it advance and try it from the other way. There we go. It can be persnickety sometimes, but it's a really great adhesive. And then this is going to go where it's going to hang off the top and the bottom of his belt, just like that. Hey Jana, I'm so glad you joined us. So there's the little trick to make his belt look like it's threaded through that gold. So that's pretty cool, right? All right, and so finishing touches, I've got these black matte dots that I thought were perfect for the buttons on his suit, and it doesn't matter which size you use. I think I'm going to use the larger size though. So I'm going to put one up here. I'm sorry, I just hit my iPad with my head. Oh goodness. Okay, and then I'm going to put one here, and then we'll put one in the middle, and that kind of helps you with your spacing. So there we go. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it so much. I was a little off camera right there. Hey, Gail. Well, you're coming in right at the end, but don't worry. It will be available for replay. And I've already got the measurements in and the score lines in the description above. I just need to take a picture of the project and a picture of the template, and I will do that just as soon as I get off of the live. Okay, so there we go. So here's the one we just made, and then here's the one we made earlier. So it's got the little bubble tape gum in there with his cute little belt. And this will also fit, thanks Gail, it'll also fit the icebreakers. It's a little shorter, but it fits in there nicely. So could do something with the peppermint. If you still have some of that gingerbread and peppermint paper that's got the sheath that looks like the candy, the little starlight mints, that would be cute too. So I've got some other projects, but I will probably make at least one of those with that, because I don't know that those would actually leave the house because they're my favorite. Well, anything candy cane or peppermint. So then you just slide your belly band back off. And oh, let me show this while I've got it off, is I just took one of my punches and just punched out a shape with some basic white cardstock. So if you wanted to, you could attach a little note here, or even just a simple to from. Jeanette had the idea, if you have a little Santa's hat, that would be cute. And yeah, or you could just leave it anonymous if it's, you know, Secret Santa or something like that. So, and then this is a useful box for any time of the year, because this gum is made all year long. It's just without the holiday theme. So there's a fun little thing for a birthday, or, you know, just a sweet little treat. So this goes back on just like that. And then I've scooted it down about a third of the way, and where we did his little buttons up here. And oh yay, I'm so glad you guys like that. Yeah. So it's also just a good size box. The finished size is 3 1/4 inch square, and then this one happens to be 1 inch deep. So so yeah, so I'm sure you could find lots of fun things to put in there. It does not fit a gift card. I've given you guys a couple of gift card holder ideas, and if you're still looking for more, I've got more if you want them. I'm gonna try to go maybe after dinner tonight, come on here live, and I'm going to show you some of the treats and things that I will have for sale, and help you with, you know, if you have whatever your budget is, or the occasion, if it's for teachers or neighbors or whatever, we'll figure something out, and help you out with your, since we didn't get to wrap it up for the holidays this year, was gonna try to extend it and do it, still do it sort of, but a little bit differently. So hopefully this time next year, everything is not dependent upon whether or not we can meet in public or not. So, so yeah, so that's it. That's what I have for you today. I'm going to get this photographed, and I'll take a picture of the template here. This is what the template looks like. And then, I will get those posted for you. All right, you guys, I'm hoping to be on around 7-ish. So I will try to let you know just as soon as I know what time we're going to be done with dinner. So I will see you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.